This video is the supplemental video for percents and proportions covered in class on Tuesday, January 2nd. Let's go ahead and get started first by looking at our basic percent. So when we want to find a percent, there are 10 students in Ms. Tatum's 5th period. There are 7 girls and 3 boys. What percentage of Ms. Tatum's students are girls? Okay? So when we look to find a percent, we use this formula. The part that we're looking for divided by the whole amount times 100. Okay? So in this case, the part that we're looking at is 7 girls. So the part is 7, the whole is 10, times 100 is 70%. So 70% of my 5th period class is female. So to find the percent, your basic percent, part over whole times 100, and that's going to give you your percent. Okay? Alright, finding part of a whole. So now we have the whole and we want to find this part. Okay? So the question is, what is 65% of 245? Now in class today we focused on method A, and in the video I'm going to show you method B, where we set up our proportion. So method A, we simply multiply with the percent. So we're going to say 245 times 65%. The way that we would do this in our calculator is we would say 245 times 0.65. And 245 times 0.65 is 159.25. So 65% of 245 is 159.25. Method B, we set up a proportion. And remember, our percentage has to do with part over whole. So if we have part over whole equals part over whole, now we can set up our proportion. So we have 65, which is our part. Our whole would be 100, because we have 100%. We want to know what 65% is. And that is equal to, and we don't know our part, that's what we're trying to find out, but we know that the whole is 245. So now we're going to cross multiply. 100 times x is 100x. And 65 times 245 is 15,925. Now our next step is to solve for x by dividing both sides by 100. And that is going to give us x is equal to 159.25. Notice in both methods A and B, we get 159.25. Alright, use method A to find 43% of 230, and use method B to find 12.5% of 80. Okay, I would suggest pausing the video, working these two problems out, and then resuming play to check your work. So we have 230 times 0.43. And that is going to equal 98.9. So 43% of 230 is 98.9. Method B is where we set up our proportion. Okay, so we want to find 12.5% of 80. So we have 12.5 is part of 100%, and we're looking for the part, and we know that the whole is 80. So now we're going to cross multiply. 100 times x is 100x, and 12.5 times 80 is 1,000. And now to solve for x, we divide both sides by 100. And we get x is equal to 10. So 12.5% of 80 is 10. All right, percentages in the real world. our first question is, you spend $45.78 before tax at Target. Sales tax in North Carolina is 7%. How much will your total be after tax? Your second question, DSW is having a 15% off sale this Saturday. You want to purchase a pair of boots that have a sticker price of $98.99. So after the discount and the sales tax of 7%, how much will the boots cost you? Again, you may want to pause the video, work out the problems, resume play to check your work. For this first question, I first need to determine what is 7% of 4578. So 4578 times 0.07 is equal to 3.2046. So this is the tax on my 4578. So then I have to say 4578 plus that tax, 3.2046, and that is going to equal $48.9846. And typically places are going to round up, so this would probably in real life be rounded up to $48.99. The second question, DSW, 15% off. So first we need to find out what the price of the boots would be after the 15% is discounted. So 98.99 times 0.15 is equal to $14.8485. So now I'm going to subtract that $14.8485 from $98.99. And that is going to give me $84.1415. Now this is the price after the 15% discount, but now I need to apply my 7% sales tax. So now I'm going to take this $84.1415 and multiply it by 0.07, and that's going to give me 5.88991. And now I need to add the tax to this $84.1415, so $84.1415 plus 5.88991 is 90.0314, and again in real life they're going to round up, so you'd probably pay $90.04 for that pair of boots, and that was after the 15% was taken off and then after the 7% sales tax was applied. This is going to end part 1. I still have part 2, so go ahead and review this video again if you need to, and then begin part 2.